Hey guys, Coach Brian again from LACROSSE. We're going to finish up this surgeon, doing our traditional pocket. We're going to finish up doing our middle strip, and probably have maybe one or two more videos finishing this up. Certainly one tying everything off, fixing that pocket, getting everything nice and tight, and then probably a separate one for the shooting strings. But we'll cut right to the chase. So again, you guys are looking at the front of this surgeon, I'm looking at the back. So we're going to finish doing our middle strings, and again, we'll make sure these are nice and tight since we've had it kind of abandoned for a while. Make sure this is nice and even through here. And again, since I'm using the solid color down the middle, I can't count the strikers going across the white. So really this kind of relies on experience and good set of eyeballs. If you want, you can even count the sets of threads going across to get really precise. I've done that before on some pockets. For this one, we're just going to rely on my eyeballs. So again, my right side is going to cross over the left, and we're going to spin that again, get this one twist, and come through here. And again, if I was doing a pita, this would probably be 3 or 4, maybe 5 twists through here. We're just going to do a standard pocket coming down. So again, I'm just going to bring this string through this hole here. And again, you want to make sure these strings get a nice melted tip on there, maybe even like a 1/2 inch long. That's going to poke through pretty well. And again, I'm going to pull this through, and then I take the slack end, I bring it through the gap towards me with that long point. Careful you don't stab yourself in the eye, and anchor that down. And we'll take our other side, same thing from the back, going through this first hole, it's open, and then we're going to pull this slack through, get that around, and then again we're going to take the end of our string, bring it through this gap we just created, and we just made another level of that. So we'll go ahead, tighten that up. And again, you can make these really tight where at some point you almost bring these leathers touching. You can keep this gap. It's all up to you what kind of pocket you're going to create. We're not going to do anything super fancy with this one since it's kind of an introductory level, so we're just going to keep cruising down. But again, we're keeping that tight. We're keeping that in line with the center. So I'm going to repeat again, going over. You know what? We'll actually do one of these spinning around. Let you guys see one from the back. Alright, so again, this side's going behind. We're going to loop again, and that's where we got our twist. Try to get that right in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and bring this end of the string through this hole, right in through there, and we're going to pull the slack through. Let's get that twist out of there. And again, we want to keep our bird's eye view, make sure our leathers are staying nice and straight, everything's good and even. And again, we get our slack, and now it comes through this gap here, and we pull that down. And if you guys can hear this horrible crunching, tearing sound in the background, it's not me. My dog has found a toy and decided to destroy it. If this gets boring, we'll film some of that. But right now, we'll keep this up. So again, now we're going to do our other side. We're just going to get our slack, our string. It's going to come through this hole here. There we go. Whoops, I missed it. Again, get a good solid tip, melt that down with the lighter, or have your parents help you out. Alright, so again we're pulling that through, and now I'm going to feed my slack through the gap and bring it towards the camera lens. Right there. Alright, getting a little late, starting to have some fun, I apologize. Hopefully it's fun you enjoy too. Alright, so this one's not looking super tight, but again I'm used to going from the other angle, so we're going to chalk that up to that. But we can just tighten that up, not a big deal. Again, it still looks like it's pulling a little bit this way. So I'm going to go ahead, tighten this side up, pull down with both of our strings, make sure we're keeping that pocket kind of formed out there, and that's starting to look better. Alright, so again, spin this around, let you guys see the inside for this one, and I'm going to go ahead, cross over from the right, get that one twist, that second twist, and actually for this one with this big gap, we'll go ahead and throw a third twist in there. We're not going to make it super tight like a pita, but it is going to be tight. Keep that nice and snug, keep everything lined up. We don't want stuff getting too loose through here. Actually, tell you what, we'll just go ahead and do that regular single. So we've got our twist. We're going to go ahead, bring the string in through this hole right in there, pull our slack through, and we got that. And then we're going to take the loose end, bring it through this gap, like so, or like so, there it is, and pull that through. Again, get that twist out of there by just spinning the line around, kind of anchor that down. We'll do our other side. So again, we've got our loose piece. It's going to come through this hole right here. I'm going to pull it forward, get that slack out of there, any twists, get them out, and again, bring our loose end through this gap we just created. I'm trying hard to keep my hand out of the frame, because that's easier than getting clear hands. Alright, so again, that's coming through. I like how we're looking, making sure everything's all lined up. Get that bird's eye view, looking straight down. We're looking good. Keeping that pocket nice and uniform. Alright, so a couple more of these to do. Let's finish strong. So go ahead, get this twist, and then bring it around again. Again, I always start from one side, bring that around. Probably wouldn't be anything bad if you switched it up, but, well, that's just not what I do. So, we're going to go ahead, once again, slide this into the little tiny hole. There we go. And then we're going to pull that through. And then we're going to go ahead and feed it through the gap we made. Right through there. Okay, get all those twists out of there. Pull that slack through. Alright. And then once again, get our other side. And that's going through this next hole. Pull that slack through. And we're cruising. And as some of you guys may have noticed, I don't string, well, not for this demo, the true traditional, which would be one string, and that's where your diamonds are actually going to be offset from each other. So you have a diamond here, then a diamond here, then a diamond here, and kind of going back and forth. I'm really big into the symmetry. I think that gives us a much more even release, all these diamonds together, rather than that old style. Plus, a couple more reasons for this style. A, we can throw a lot more colors in there. We could actually do individual colors for each of these panels, switch it up going halfway down, all sorts of stuff. And if something blows out or rips or tears, that's one section you have to replace as opposed to the whole head. Or you check a look at maybe your dad used to play, an uncle, older brother with a really old head that was still traditional. Back when we just repaired everything by tying little pieces together and tying other pieces together. Some ugly looking pockets out there. But I really like this symmetry, and you get some really cool looks with it and a lot more options, I feel. So again, we're going to make sure these are nice and even through here. One's not really tight and the other's not really loose. Keeping that overhead view, and you can kind of see there if one end's pulling a lot more than the other. So go ahead, raise this up, let you guys see the end. We got a couple more to go. Alright. And once again, it looks like down here we're a little bit off, so we just adjust our knots. Make sure those leathers are pulling the same. And that's going to look better. Sometimes after making these adjustments, you'll need to pull in some of the center string, but we're all set there. So we've got two more to tie off. Let's go ahead and do those. So again, bringing the right over the left, and then back under. Twist those, even them out, and then we're going to go in through this hole down here. Might be tougher to see on camera, but you can see it popping through. But you know what I'm doing. I've been doing it the whole time. Probably getting sick of me hearing it. I know there's a bunch of videos out there where it's all kind of time-lapse, but this is kind of useful. You can kind of see exactly what's going on, and you get to listen to me talk the whole time, which has got to be a lot of fun. So again, just kind of pulled that through, finish that off. Now we'll come in from the other side, in through this little hole, pull that slack through, and once again, we're going to bring our loose end through our gap. Alright guys, looks like one more time, and girls I suppose. Let me go ahead and tighten that up a little bit. Got a little bit lazy. And I hate being lazy. Alright. It's looking better. Even this up. And we'll go ahead and tighten this one again too. And just kind of pull up a little bit, and I'm sure my hand's completely covering, but kind of loosen that, and then pull, kind of twist to lock those down. That's looking better. Alright, so one more to tie in, and then we're good. Let's see it there. So again, we're going to twist, and twist again. And we'll insert through that hole, pull up the slack. And again, this one isn't tied off on the other end, so it might slide around on you a little bit. That's okay, we're about ready to tie it off. And that's going to come through here. And then it kind of locks off. We'll go ahead and do the other side. Bring this up through our last hole we made. Go ahead and tighten that hole up actually, there we go. Up through our hole, pull the slack around, and I need to go back in through that gap one last time. Alright, looking good. Let me go ahead and make sure that's nice and even. Oh, that could be tighter. Alright, so we'll go ahead, pull some of that slack through, tighten that end. Yeah, I think same thing over here. Pull some of that through, tighten it up. And that's looking decent. Alright, plus once we tie all these up, that'll even cinch down a little bit more. So, as we can see, it's looking like a pocket. Spin it around this way. Still looks like a pocket. Still looks like a pocket. We might have pulled this off. So now what we need to do is finish tying off down here and tighten. I like to throw either a pocket pounder or a ball in there, tighten these strings down if we need to, and then throw in our shooters. And this thing's ready to go hit the wall. So, tell you what, we're going to go ahead and cut it after this video right here. I'm going to do 2 more videos. We'll have how to finish off down here on the bottom, how to tie all this off, finish off your stick, and included in that one will be how to tighten the pocket down, get everything ready to go, and look at that channel, oh beauty. And then we'll do one more video with the shooting string. So for this one, this has been Coach Brian from LACROSSE. Thanks for checking us out.